Any question on that, learners? No. So let's look for the resultant. Don't forget that we want to calculate the resultant first and the direction. We want to calculate the resultant first and the direction. Now, let's look at this diagram. I want to use it to form a triangle. I'm going to use it to form a triangle. So from there, we know how we arrive at using Pythagoras theorem to look for the resultant. Now, our fx, I will use 4 cardinal points. This is y, this is positive x, this is negative y, this is negative x, this is negative x. So our fx is positive. Our fx is positive. So it shows that our fx is this line. Our fx is this line because the value of summation fx equal to 9.9, which is positive. Then fy is negative. Fy is negative. Then this is negative y-axis. This is our fy. This is our fy. So we can bring out this. We can bring out something in form of L, this L out of this diagram. So we are going to have this. That is this negative y-axis because our fy is negative. This is negative y-axis. Then this is positive what? This is positive x-axis because our fx is positive. Can we see that? This is negative y-axis. This is positive axis. Now, my fx is 9.89. So I'm going to put 9.89 Newton. Then my fy, which is negative, is minus 6.94. So this is minus 6.94. Minus 6.94 Newton. Can we see that? Now, we can trace it. We can trace this to form what? Something in form of what? Of rectangle. Are you with me, learners? Learners, are you following me? Learners, are you with me? Okay, so we can trace it to form a rectangle. So when you trace it to form a rectangle, from there you can what? Get your resultant first. Now from the end of this point, now join it to the middle. Join it to the middle to form what? A rectangle. So you have formed a rectangle. You can see that this side, the opposite side of what? Of a rectangle are equal. The opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So it shows that if this place is 9.89, so this place also will be equal to 9.89. So this place is 9.89. So now we can arrive at this what? This perfect rectangle. This is 9.89 Newton. So while this one is minus 6.97, this is minus 6.94. That is minus 6.94. So the longest side will now be my what? My resultant force. So the longest side will be my resultant force. So this is what we need now. This is what we need to get our resultant force. Now, this is the opposite angle. This is our angle theta. Then this is a right angle triangle. So the side facing the right angle triangle is the hypotenuse. Now, to look for r, we apply what? Pythagoras theorem, which is r squared equal to 9.89 square, 9.89 square, then plus minus 6.94 square, minus 6.94 raised to power 2. Then or you use your normal what? You use your formula method. You use your formula method. Our formula method is what? Your resultant equal to the square root of the summation fx square plus the summation fy square. If you use your formula method, you are still going to arrive at the same answer. You know, if I square both sides, if I square this side, if I square root this side and I square root this side, is the same thing as this formula. Is the same thing as this formula. Now let's look at r square. R square will now be equal to what is 9.89 square? What is 9.89 square? That is 97.8. 97.8, then plus minus 6.94 square. 6.94 square will give us 48.2. 48.2. So our r will now be equal to cancel this off, this square, we are going to square root both sides. We are going to square root both sides. So this square root we cancel this square. So this one will remain r equal to what? 9.89 plus 48.2. 97.8 plus 48.2 equal to 146. The square root of 146. Then what is the square root of 146? Square root of 146 equal to 12.1. 12.1. Then 12.1 what? Newton. That is our resultant